guys, I'm Sarah and welcome to the Pipe Dream Theory YouTube channel. As I'm sure you can tell from the title of this video, I'm here today to talk about the fact that I'm having weight loss surgery on Friday the 15th of September 2017. The form of weight loss surgery I have chosen is a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, otherwise known as a gastric sleeve, or VSG for short. I'm 25 years old, I am 5'4", my highest weight on record was 21 stone, and my current weight, following slow weight loss over the past year and also the pre-op diet that I'm currently on, I weigh in at 18 stone 5 pound. The reason that I'm documenting this on video is as a record for myself, but also to reach out to the wider weight loss surgery community, which was really useful for me when I was weighing up the decision to have this surgery. And there is a very limited presence of weight loss surgery documentation in the UK. I've always been somebody that has struggled with their weight, and looking back at photos from primary school and high school now, I definitely feel that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was at the time. I was a victim of bullying, but it's not something that has stuck with me long term, and it was mainly because the friends that I surrounded myself with were smaller than myself, so I became more of a victim. It was definitely in my college years when I had a part-time job to fund the eating habits that I had, and also a car, so I was exercising less, not that I was doing much exercise anyway. I really started to pile on the pounds. So when I started university, having gained some weight in my college years, I really was not in the mood to walk the mile to my university for my classes. I would get a taxi instead, and the student loan that I had mainly went on food. And with no mum and dad around to tell me I could or couldn't eat things, my weight soared. So at the end of my first year, I weighed in around 18 stone, and my parents were pretty concerned, not just with the amount I weighed, but how quickly it had come on. And so they bargained with me and said if I stayed at theirs over the summer and lost 2 stone, they'd buy me a new car. So of course, I did. So when I went back in my second year, having lost some weight, I actually continued with this pattern and went down to about 13 stone. I joined a gym and restricted my eating, but generally speaking, my nutrition didn't change, my eating habits didn't change, and my lifestyle didn't change. I essentially just restricted what I was eating, which was still crap. So in my third year at university, working harder at my studies, spending a lot of time really focusing on my schoolwork, the weight crept back up because I was being less active and less present at the gym, and so my efforts just dwindled and I ended up being about 16 stone again. I really wish I'd taken the chance to lose the weight permanently and change my lifestyle at university, because afterwards, starting the 9 till 5 just meant that I had less and less real time to focus on myself. Now I know millions of people out there can balance a work and exercise and healthy eating lifestyle, but when you're not particularly fit or healthy to begin with, convincing yourself to go to a gym after a very long day's work was just something that I didn't want to do. And I went through phases of joining gyms and quitting gyms and joining another gym, and I did numerous diets, including the Body Coach, Slimming World, smoothies, healthy eating, and I lost weight numerous times, but I always saw it come back on with interest. I admittedly am addicted to food. And it's not like giving up smoking or alcohol. You have to eat. So your body craves the food. You have to go shopping for food. And it is very hard to avoid food all the time. And with such an intense food addiction, where you just crave bad food all the time, I knew that I needed to change drastically. At the moment, I have no health implications, no negative health implications because of my weight. But if I continue to gain weight with interest as I am now, then by the time I'm 30, I really am going to be in a risky situation, and I want to prevent that happening. So I kind of started looking into weight loss surgery as a viable option. So having had several appointments with my surgeon and weighing up the pros and cons of this surgery, I am going ahead with it on Friday, which is when I'll upload this video. And I am so excited to start building a new life with everybody around me supporting me through this journey. Okay, so I know some guys out there will be saying, okay, she's fat, she's taking the easy way out. And that's fine, you can think that. But undertaking surgery is not an easy option. You genuinely have to think this through because there are risks involved. It is not a day-to-day, whoop, she's in, she's out, and she's thin again kind of surgery. It is a life-altering surgery where you have to follow strict diet procedures and vitamin procedures for the rest of your life. And there may be complications. So, you know, it's not something to be taken lightly. My weight makes me feel like shit. To be blunt, it's the truth. And it is the most exhausting and defeating thing to be so uncomfortable in your own skin. Being overweight restricts everything I do and has an input into every thought process I ever have. From how much time it takes me to go up and down stairs and up and down hills and how exhausted I feel after short walks, to looking into experience days or events and seeing that there's a weight restriction, things like air hop, zip lines, theme parks, they all have weight restrictions, and you can't just rock up and be embarrassed as the big girl that gets rejected from all the rides. My weight has ruined relationships with some of the best friends I ever had. I have not spoken to people that I went to high school or college with because I really have become that fat girl that everyone used to call me. I am so embarrassed about what I am and how I feel in my own skin. And they are some of the nicest, genuine people. And I know that they would not necessarily judge me for being fat, but I'm ashamed of it and it stops me saying hello. My weight stops me getting excited for events that happen month in and month out. So parties, weddings, Christmas, my birthday, other people's birthdays, just general gatherings, because I know that the dreaded wanting to feel good, trying to buy a nice outfit involves ordering from a shed load of plus size websites, having clothes come that are too big, too small, don't fit right, look like grandma clothing, and just don't make me feel good. It's just an awful process that I have to go through every time, and I miss being able to shop for my style. There aren't many options out there for a grungy rock chick who is 20 stone. So yeah, I really miss being myself and being able to express myself through my clothing. Now I know that I will have to change my relationship with food, and even in the past few weeks doing the pre-op diet, restricting myself to just drinking milk every day has been an emotional journey in itself. But I feel stronger and more empowered, and I feel moving forward having this surgery, I'm never going to see the numbers go back up. I know that I'm going to have to buck up my gears in regards to exercise, and it is not going to be an easy mechanism by which I can just sit back, relax and watch the pounds fall off. I don't think it's quite like that. It is a tool and you have to respect that you can overstretch your stomach again. You do need to change your eating habits for good, but it is an expensive tool to invest in, but it's going to improve my quality of life long term. Dieting, gaining weight. Dieting, gaining more weight. Dieting, gaining more weight again. This is no longer a pattern I want to continue. I have chosen to have a vertical sleeve gastrectomy to change my life. So let's see if it works.